So this is the code of the inward moving spiral, and the first line of code it just imports the turtle module, and it allows the first shell to actually be able to read the turtle code that I'm about to explain. And the second line just names the turtle Alex, so I can, for the rest of the coding, refer to the turtle as Alex. And then the third line of code, it just opens up the turtle screen or window as it's known by WN. The next line, it sets the turtle's color as green, and it's the turtle and its lines that it draws. The next line does it makes the window's color as blue. Then the next line it just labels the title of the window as spiral homework. And then that's just for any turtle program you want to run, you'd want to start out with that kind of basis for their code. And then the next part of my code just actually creates the spiral. So the first line of the code just defines the function that I'm going to use to define or to use my spiral, and then that's just SPRL for spiral, and then function FCT, and then my parameter or my function is going to be in an input of length, and then my next line just uses a for loop, and I chose the range as 4 because that's how many sides a square has, and basically what this spiral is going to be is just a bunch of squares that are continuously getting smaller and smaller until uh, it kind of curves in on itself. And obviously, for the first square, I'm going to need a range of 4. Then my next line of code, uh, it moves the turtle however far forward the user decides as the parameter length. And if the user chooses, for example, uh, 400 as I decided the starting length to be, then what it will do after it moves 400, it'll turn left 90 degrees, and it'll then repeat the for loop. So it'll turn 90 degrees and then go forward, which would be up another 400, and then it'll keep going, and then it'll turn 90 degrees again, go 400 forward, turn 90 degrees again, and then it'll complete a square. And then since the range that I chose is 4, it'll stop. But then since in the next line of code I wrote length equals length minus 10, it subtracts 10 from the next length to allow the next square to be 10 degree or 10 units of length shorter than the previous one. So it would make a smaller square by 10, or it could be any unit. I just chose 10 as an example. The user can create a different length if they wanted to. And then just the next couple lines, or the next, 9 lines of code just allows the user to basically make the however many lines of the squares it wants, and then that just creates the spiral. Okay, and just the change in length is 40 for this example. So I have all this, and then I commented out the outward moving one just so this one can run first. So I'm gonna run this and see how it works. I've already saved, and I'll just press run module, and I'll save again. And so as you can see, oh, let me increase the screen. As you can see, it's creating the spiral, and it stops at that point right there. And this is the inward moving spiral. All right, and what I'm going to do to explain the outward moving spirals, I'll just comment this all out. I'm going to press format and comment out region, and then I'm going to go down. Okay. Alright, that's all commented out. Wait. And then I'm going to uncomment this. Alright, so basically the very significant difference in the outward moving spiral versus the inward moving spiral is this portion, which is length plus 5 instead of length uh, minus 10. This one will oh, this should be a 10. This should be a 10 actually. There we go. Okay, so this one basically allows the spiral to go outward moving versus inward moving, and that it'll start at from the inside, and it will go 10 degrees or 10 units of measurement. The squares are going to go 10 increase by 10 units of measurement, so that it'll create a smaller square and then a larger square and a larger square and a larger square and a larger square until it's done. And then so basically I started at any unit of measurement, but I started at 40 for this one, and I increased by 40 so that it'll create larger squares each time. All right, and that's basically the only difference between the code. So I'm gonna run this one. I'm gonna first save, and I'm gonna run this. See what it looks like. And yeah, all right, it's starting from the first square, and then it's moving outward, just as it should. All right, and it stops, and as you can see, it's an outward moving square, just like the example picture showed, and looks like everything worked well. And yeah, that's it.